Look at it this way. It could be worse. Anthony Ruckman, lead engineer of the Dyson Realization Project, turned to face his brother with the slow, deliberate motion of a man who refused to believe the nonsense assaulting his ears. "Excuse me," he replied. "It could be worse," Bradley Ruckman repeated. And then, as if realizing his statement hadn't been well received, flashed a defensive, almost apologetic smile. "How exactly?" Anthony asked. "Well, we could have been on board when the ship blew up." Anthony let out a non-committal harumph, then turned back to face the source of his ire. A false color image of reality flux hovered above the bridge's command table, or rather, a projection of the ship's expanding debris cloud. A trio of labeled icons swam about the periphery: 2 Consolidated System Police Corvettes and the Grand Sculptor, which source code's upper management had detached from their construction fleet to assist Cispol. Reality Flux had been one of source code's older autonomous constructors. Perhaps not as well maintained as the rest of the construction fleet. Its departure from source code HQ's Saturnian orbit had been delayed due to a reactor imbalance. But to have exploded on the way to Mercury? Accidents happened, but what were the odds the reactor would fail so spectacularly after receiving additional maintenance? Not very high. Anthony shook his head, his eyes locked forward, jawline tense, almost to the point of forming a snarl. "Hey," Bradley placed a hand on his shoulder. "It'll be fine. This screws up our whole timetable. We're going to lose months because of this fiasco. Months!" "Of course we will. But look at the bright side. All we lost is equipment. No one died when reality flux blew. It was catching up to the fleet on full auto. And besides, no one's going to blame you for this." "That's not why I'm upset," Anthony growled under his breath, fingertips resting on the command table. "Then why?" "It's—" Anthony paused and regarded his brother once more. The 2 men looked identical, with dark skin and trimmed heads of black hair that extended down into generous, curling sideburns. They even wore matching black business suits, though the more complex green tracery on Anthony's served as a subtle nod to his position as lead engineer. Either man could have changed his appearance at any time to create greater visual separation. They were both abstract citizens, after all. Their appearances were purely virtual, even if the avatars were modeled on Anthony's original organic body before he'd transitioned to a virtual existence.